Hello guys, and today I'm going to show you part of the end of a chess game before showing you the entire game. Now, it is black to move. White moves the king. Sorry, it was white to move, my apologies. White moves the king. Black and took the bishop with their bishop. White then took black's rook. Black now move their bishop, forcing check, and also allowing them to take the queen, based on the check here. Now, white then moved the king. Now, this is the question. Black now has the opportunity to take the queen or the rook. Which should black take? That is the first question. Okay. In the next move, black actually chose to take the queen. Now, the question is this: who has the strongest position at this point? Black or white? Given that in the last few moves, black has lost a bishop and a queen. And my apologies. In the last position, white has lost a bishop and a queen, and black has lost a rook. Let's go back a few moves and see what happened again. So here, white lost a bishop, black lost a rook, and white lost a queen. So the question is, who do you think has the strongest position at this point? Black or white? And as I said, was it a good move to take the queen, or should black have taken this rook instead? We'll find out in a moment. So now let's see the game all the way from the beginning. My favourite opening, which nobody does because it's considered so rubbish. Pawn to king, rook 4, although these days they apparently just say h4. They then copy me for some reason. I try to advance the... and I move my knight. They're obviously trying to pin my king in somehow. I ignore it, move the knight. I don't even know why a lot of these moves are even done. That I did that to stop it, the progression of the pawn. Threatening the knight. Move a pawn to stop it. I decide to trade anyway. Moving the queen out. I'm not sure why I didn't just take it, to be honest. There must have been a reason. Why did I do that? I can't remember. Oh yeah. I can't take it because of this pawn. So I can't take it because of this pawn. So I couldn't take because of that pawn. So and the knight was pinned, so that moving the pawn removed the pin. Threatening their queen. Moving it back. Check. They move a pawn. I move a rook up. I take the pawn because it was getting on my nerves. And it was potentially threatening to come down here. I move the bishop. I can't take the bishop because of the queen. Move a pawn up. Move the king out the way. Move the king away. I take the knight. I didn't see it at the time, or maybe there's a reason which I can't remember why, but that was, I could have taken then rook, but I didn't for some reason. I then moved the king. Oh. Yeah, they moved their king to safety, their rook to safety. Maybe I'd already planned the trap, but, check. Check. And move to there. Move the queen. Check. I move a pawn to block it. I move the bishop. Not quite sure why I did that at the time. And now we see. What you begin to see was the ending. And here, by moving the bishop, it's check based on this. So I had to move the king. Or I could and move the bishop there to block it. But it's part of a trap, which I did spot earlier. I then took the bishop, which you saw earlier. I took their rook. And I asked you at this stage whether, wait a minute, and then again moved into check, and I asked what they should do. I said, should they take, after I moved the king, I asked, should they take the queen or the rook? Right. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds to answer. Right, now as I said, they actually took the queen. And now I asked you a second question. Who has the best position at this point? Black or white? I'm going to give you 10 seconds to decide whether you think black has the best position or white has the best position, given that it is white to move. Right, now given that black still has a queen and it looks, and also has a bishop, and white has a rook and a knight and some pawns, and obviously the pawns on both sides, you might think in terms of material black is winning, but it's all about position, and the next move is probably going to absolutely astonish you. Checkmate. Yes, white actually had the better position, believe it or not. So if I go back and I ask the question at this stage, should black take the queen or the rook? The answer is that black should definitely have taken the rook, because that stops the checkmate. The queen is still being threatened, and now white might try to find a way out of it, so white could move there, and the game could then continue, however it continued. But, as I said, because black got greedy and thought they were lucky, in fact it was a trap I hoped they'd fall into at the time, because I did actually spot at this point, when it was at this position I spotted that, and I hoped they would fall into the trap somehow and not take it. Because who wants to turn down a free queen when they can take a free queen? But in this particular case, it was a queen sacrifice, because they took the queen and they lost as a result. Did you get the answers right? Thanks for watching. Bye.